And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. A big play there for Indy. 76 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Come on now. On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Newton. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down again. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. An update from Buffalo. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Now Newton on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Out of the gun, Newton. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Third and long. It's Newton. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And when you've got the 31st ranked rush offense in the NFL, you're going to see a few of these negative plays.
Yeah, and I don't want to be snarky about the whole thing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. We've seen a bunch of those this season.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5.
Set. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gostkowski the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. About 3-5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Malone. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun. Get it up.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are in for 6. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
3-19. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield, guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
All right, here we go. 3.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time.
If post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
Here's Newton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, Newton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Gun, gun. Hey, hey.
To throw on second down is Newton. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks. On first and 10, Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Newton. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Leopard! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
Terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, The punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll go on the ground. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Newton now to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now Landry. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Go. Green 39! Green 39! You don't know no better.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They're going to look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jordan Willis in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
180.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Being chased out left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Here we go now. Boom, landed.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to throw here. Uncorks one for Davis, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, it's Paul. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.